Hello, hello. Sorry, I had to get a little. I was
I
trying to
just sat here
look
and
at two
watched you.
different. Yeah, doing two different screens. Like, oh wait. What do I got this going? Do I got that going? We're still figuring it out, folks. Bear with us. We're getting there.
This
So
is not
yeah,
the practice. This is not the
no,
practice. This
this
is
is not the
real.
practice
This is
one.
live.
This is an actual one. We are live. And now that I see we're live, let me turn off YouTube so it doesn't distract me and slow my computer down. Okay, here we are. So yeah, we forgot to do the last two episodes, or the last one official one. We never introduced ourselves. We just start talking and blab on. So let's try to be somewhat official. So for those of you who don't know me, because I know there are a few people out there, a few new people out there watching, my name is Matt Flanagan. I am the as of this season, I will be the tournament director for Colorado Bassmasters, Colorado Kayak Bassmasters, and I do all the computer stuff because the other guy he doesn't. You don't want him doing that. So yeah. Anyway, you take it away. Who are you?
Yeah, I am really nobody. No, I
Oh, stop it!
should
Stop it!
I should put nobody down there, right?
Yeah, right.
Anyways, yeah, my name is James Strawbridge, otherwise known as Jimmy Straws, and I am the current president of CKB and host slash co-host of this podcast, the CKB
Yes.
podcast, brought to you by Eagle Claw Fishing
Eagle
and
Claw
Trocar
Troker.
Hooks.
Heck yeah.
Yeah,
Best
celebrating
American made hook.
100 years of creating fishing
Yup.
memories right here
Heck
in
yeah.
Denver. Eagle Claw Trocar. Let's go.
Look at this in my cool background. I got Eagle Claw up there somewhere. Where we go? Look at that. Bam. Let's put
There you
Troker up there for a
go.
little while. How fancy
Oh,
am I? Look at that.
we're on a different level of sponsorship now, folks. Look
Well,
out.
I had to one up your LED lights there. So, you
Yes.
know. Oh, let's see. All right. What am I? What I
So what do
want?
we got on board today, Mr. Flanagan?
We are going to
What's the
talk.
big subject?
We are going to talk about why you should join a fishing club and why you should do tournaments, how to do tournaments, all that kind of stuff. Sorry, I'm distracted again. I'm trying to see if this is live on our Facebook page, and it does not look like it is. I wonder if it's live on my page. Does not look like it is. Okay, that's fine. I don't really care. As long as we're on YouTube. But yeah, I tried going live to Facebook tonight. I don't know that it worked. But if you are on Facebook and commenting on Facebook, I don't know if we'll see it. But so yeah, just know that. If you are watching on Facebook though, drop a comment just so we can see if it's actually working. There's Trev. Trev's in the house. What's up, Trev?
Hey, Trev, what's going on?
Heck yeah.
I
So
hope
yeah,
your
we're
smoke
gonna
is
talk.
calming down a little bit.
Oh, it's got to be, dude. Yeah. For those that don't know, well, we don't need. We're going to talk to Trev a lot, but Trev's busy all winter. We don't see Trev. He never gets to come out to do the winter Rough Rider sessions or anything.
No,
He's
he's too busy at
but
work.
but that's all right though, because he gets the spring and summer sort of off. So
Okay. So, sorry, folks. I'm just getting a word that we are live on Facebook.
oh, cool, right on.
I
Oh,
guess.
there's
Okay.
Weichel.
Well,
Yep, Weichel says it's working. Okay, and we
there we
can
go.
see his
All
name
right.
from Facebook. Awesome. We're on both. Nice.
Good job.
So
Good job.
yeah,
See, folks, that is why Matt is in charge of this stuff because you guys would be looking at
yeah,
just a blank screen, or I'd be going, "Can you
yeah.
hear me? Can you see me?" Yeah.
Just like the captain's meetings.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So, all right, we got that. Let's get some club business out of the way real quick before we dive into our subject tonight.
Do it.
We'll make this real quick because I have a feeling tonight's going to be a long one. So if people start dropping off after hour one, hour and a half, come back and finish it tomorrow because we might go long tonight because we got a lot to talk about. There's some good stuff to talk about as far as starting tournaments. But club business registration is open. Go to the website. You see it there at the bottom of the screen here, Colorado Kayak Bassmasters, ColoradoKayakBassmasters.com. There's a join page. Follow the rules. You got to buy the club membership and the Bass Nation membership. It's all pretty self-explanatory. But if you sign up before the first event, which is mid-April at Chatfield, if you sign up before that first event, you get a one-time 50% discount at the Eagle Claw store in Denver on I-70 in like Colorado-ish area. Go down to the store, see Eric, see Matt Winholtz, 50% off your entire purchase. It's a pretty sick deal.
I could say this, it would be worth just joining our club for our $35 club dues to get that discount to then go down there and shop at the Eagle Claw store in Trocar. I mean, it is well worth it. We appreciate all they do for us here at the CKB.
Yeah, big time. It's pretty awesome. It's a sweet deal. Let's see what else. All the events are now up on Tourney X. I made a post earlier this week saying the schedule is confirmed. We got all our permits. We're good to go. Everything's paid up. So all the events are now up on Tourney X. There's the Mudfoot. That's one of the new guys, Steve Engelhart, new to the club this year. Thanks for joining, Steve. Yep. Appreciate you. He did miss the nation, though. He's one of those that signed up for the club and forgot to do the nation, but it's all right. It happens to everybody.
It's tricky. You know, the very first video I ever posted on the CKB Facebook page after we created it was the video on a whiteboard of the breakdown of how it starts. We'll have to somehow figure out how to get that back to the top, or maybe pin it to the feature tab or something, that video. So that explains the whole process. It's tough. It's tricky. There's a lot to it.
I was actually going to go into that at the end of this episode, since we're talking about joining clubs. If we've got time, if we don't go 2.5 hours or something, we'll walk through the website and how to join. So we'll see. It depends how long we yammer on for. But yeah, everything's up on Tourney X. If you go to Tourney X and just search CKB or search the lake name, search Pueblo, search Chatfield, you'll find us. Let's see what else. Team Series is a go. Can sign up for that on the website as well. There's a whole separate page for the Shields Team Series. Start picking teams. I don't know of too many yet. I know myself and Nikki the Weatherman are teaming up. Jason Lovell and Kenny Hood are teaming up from what I hear. I believe Gene and Bricklin are teaming up. Gene wasn't sure if he'd be able to do enough, but he thinks he's going to be able to do enough to make a run at it. So Gene and Brick, I assume the Alis. Unless there's trouble in paradise, but I assume the Alis. What about you and Trev? You guys gonna?
We haven't even talked. I know my schedule might be limited this year. I don't know.
Oh, that's right.
I know Trevor's is going to be possible. So we'll talk about if we can make at least 3 events, because that's a requirement.
Yeah.
I'd love to join it again with Trev. I think we had a good time last year. We didn't put pressure on ourselves, because Trev and I tend to be like that. We're like, oh God, it's competition. We got to win everything. We had a great time last year. It was so much fun. So I'm down.
Yeah.
I'll make 3 events at least. I'm sure.
Yeah,
I'm sure
you gotta. So you gotta for sure. So. Are you gonna? Well, never mind. I was gonna say, are you gonna make Cedar Bluff? Do you think?
I really want to. I really. There's a 95% chance I'm going to that. I say right now, sitting here, that I'm good. But you know what? Now that I am not the tournament director no more, and you've been handling a lot of the stuff, and I've been just coordinating with you, as board members here and there off air. It's all coming back, and I'm really looking forward to the 2026 season. Whereas couple months ago, I was not looking forward to going out kayak fishing again. I just wanted to relax and have some fun. So the fire is under me, and I feel bad for all you guys. Sorry to say that, but that's just the way it's going to be.
Let's go. There's Trev. Trev says Team Troublemakers 26. Trev's in. So.
Oh boy, here we go.
Yep, let's do it.
It's just been made. Decision has been made.
Me and Nick don't have a team name yet. We got to work on that. Something like the runners up or something, since we seem to get a lot of second places, but we'll see. We'll figure something out.
No, go ahead. I was just going to say something really ironic real quick. I was thinking the other day, we got Leslie going to the national championship, and we've got Nick going to the championship, right? And Leslie is our local CKB chick, right? So we got Chick and Nick going to Chick and Nick. Like, how much better does that get? Like, this is meant for 1 and 2 finish right there. We got Chick and Nick going to Chick and Nick.
Oh, shit. We'll save that for a couple weeks. One of the next shows, I think next week, not next show, but the one after that, I think we're gonna have both of them on to talk about going out to the Nationals championship. One of the shows right before they leave. We'll have them on for sure. So, save that. All right. Well, yeah, let's get into it. So, like we said, tonight we're talking about why you should join a fishing club, why you should do tournaments. We'll get into how you want to start doing tournaments, some tips for doing them, some required gear, all that stuff. So, I'm just going to start with my first point, why you should join a fishing club. You're going to get better at fishing. Just you there's just no way around it. You're gonna get better at fishing without, whether you try or not. You just can't help but fishing against people like Trev, like yourself, like Eric Ali. I mean, I could just go down the whole freaking list, but you're gonna get better.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, sure.
And why do you think it's the reason is for that?
Who's this? Samantha? I don't know Samantha, but she's Leslie's sister. Okay, yeah. Well, she's got a good shot, Samantha.
Yeah.
She's got a good shot, and we are pulling for her. Absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah.
So Matt, why do you think it makes you better if you join a fishing club? Is it just because you're fishing against other guys, or is it what's your thoughts? I know I have a little bit of a thought on it, but
I guess I want to say it forces you to try other stuff, but honestly, I don't know that that's it, because a lot of times, a lot of us get stuck doing the same thing that we always do, going to our confidence bait, which is something I would recommend in a lot of instances. But I think it's talking to the other anglers. You got to go to awards, to get better. You go to awards, you talk to people. You say, man, I was struggling out there. They'll tell you, if they know you. That's why you got to go to awards, because people get to know you and they'll want to share the juice with you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's these are. Am I clicking?
Yeah. So it looks like Samantha is Eric's sister. Is that what I had just saw?
Oh, okay.
We got Josh Booth. We got Josh Booth tuning in.
What's up, Josh?
Watching. What's going on, man?
That's awesome. Right on. But yeah, so that's my thing. It's people will say, I was catching them doing this, I was catching them doing that, and it just sparks something. They say, oh, dang, I didn't even think of that.
Right.
That's kind of what I think. So what about you?
I think it when you put money down on something, it automatically gains a little more interest for you. I think you tend to want to go out more and practice, going, hey, I have a tournament coming up. So instead of going that weekend and just maybe sleeping in and doing something around the house, maybe you take your boat or your kayak up to that particular lake and you get out more. The more you get out, the better you're going to become, right? So I think it commits you more to the sport when you invest money into it, and especially when you know the lake that you're going to. You can go there, you're going to practice more, you're going to put your time in, you're going to really look for things that I don't think you would normally try on just a normal fun fishing day, especially for a beginner. You're going to try to soak more in, I think.
Yeah, that's actually a good point I didn't think of, but there's a buddy of mine in particular that I'm thinking of who doesn't fish as much anymore, and I keep trying to tell him, and he's like, yeah, I just can't find the time. I can't, I'm trying to do this, that, and the other. I'm like, dude, just join the club, because it'll make you go out more. You'll just, of course, you can't. Not everybody can make every tournament, but you will absolutely get out and fish more when you've got a tournament coming up. So, it's just makes you spend more time on the water.
Johnny M seems to agree with you. Yeah, other anglers help.
Sure. It's just
absolutely.
Like I can't remember what tournament it was. It was a kind of a largemouth tournament. It might have been one of the Nebraska tournaments or something, but I'm thinking Texas rigs, buzz baits, chatter baits, my usual thing. And someone, probably Eric Ali, said something like, I was Ned rigging, and and he finished in the top 3 or whatever. And it's like, a largemouth lake like this, I would have never, I'd rather kick myself in the nuts than pick up a Ned rig at a place like that. But it worked, so, it's stuff like that, though. It makes you think like, well, shoot, maybe I should have just gone with something like that to get the 5 bites first. So yeah, you will get better at fishing when joining a club and fishing tournaments. Next point, it's just fun as hell. It's just fun. It's not, I know before I joined, I don't know about you, because you've been doing boat tournaments forever. So I don't know about you, but I know for myself, before I joined, I'm kind of picturing like Denny Brower and Tommy Biffle, in a creek yelling at each other, "Get off my spot!" And God dang, I know you wasn't here yesterday. You weren't here during practice, and that's what I'm picturing going on. And that's not the case at this level in these tournaments. It's not cutthroat like that. It's not. There's not animosity. Excuse me. There's not a bunch of animosity on the water. It's just not like that. So it's just super fun.
And we're not fishing for $100,000 like those guys are, putting food on the table for their family, sponsors, and their livelihood. It gets pretty cutthroat. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, we all are pretty competitive when we get out there, but it's all about respect. And I think we at the CKB do a good job of trying to, or at least I always try to, educate people on the etiquette of fishing and the unwritten rules of what's out on the water. And maybe someday that would be a good podcast. So maybe we'll get into that someday. The etiquette, unwritten rules of bass fishing, what they are.
Well, the main thing is just communicate. If you roll up on someone, just say like, "Hey man, you cool if do you want this whole place to yourself? You cool if I maybe go over there?" What's that?
You mind if I cut in front of you?
Yeah, exactly. Don't do that. But if it's a small cove or a certain stretch, you cool if you going that way? You want me to go this way? Just talk. And 9.9 times out of 10, unless someone's having a really bad day, 9.9 times out of 10, they're gonna say, "Yeah, man, just go ahead. Don't, I want to hit this stretch, so maybe stay away from that." But for the most part, everybody's gonna say, "Yeah, it's cool."
Yep.
Yeah. Jim Ford, what's up, Jim? Haven't seen Jim in a while.
Yeah. No, I haven't seen Jim in a while.
I hate a crankbait too, Jim. I am not a crankbait guy at all. I'm going to pick up a jackhammer 9 times out of 10 over a crankbait.
Yeah. And the first part of Jim's sentence there is pretty important. Listening to guys talk can be good and bad, right? Because you're at home rigging all your rods for the tournament, and you think it's going to be this, and then you hear Doc talk at the ramp before, and we're all rigging our stuff, and you look over, and the guy's got 2 jigs of swim bait tied onto 7 rods, right? And you're like, "Boy, he's pretty dialed in. Should I be throwing a jig?" And you look over there, and this guy's got a spinner bait and a chatter bait and a top water, and you're like, "Man, why am I dragging this tiny Ned rig?"
Yeah.
Am I doing the wrong thing?
Yeah.
You don't know.
Yeah.
So.
And case in point, Eric, stay away. And Eric is one of the guys that I will stay away from. Nicest guy in the world. Love Eric, and he loves me, but I don't go near him during tournaments. There's a few guys. You're one of them, actually. Eric, well, that's not true exactly. I guess I've fished sort of close to you, but there's certain guys, and they're not dicks at all. No one's ever been a dick to me, but there's certain guys who get that extra level of sort of focus on game day. I'm pretty loosey-goosey. I'm like, man, I'm just out here to have fun. I do get sort of competitive, and obviously I like to win. But it's more about just doing good and having fun. But there's certain people that do have that extra gear. You're one of them. Trev's one of them. Ali is one of them. So, not that I would, again, shy away from saying hi to you guys or anything, but it's like,
right.
Eric's in there. I'm going to, I'm not going to ruffle the big fella's feathers. So stay away.
Well, I'm hoping I can get better at that because I'm pretty competitive too when it gets on the water. And I want to be, and the reason why is because I want to be the best I can be out there. So I want to be able to move freely around the lake. But there are other competitors out there that you have to consider. So this year, I'm not being tournament director, I'm not doing a lot of responsibilities. I'm just going out and fishing. I'm hoping to drop my level of intensity, but that doesn't mean you can still roll up on me because I will give it to you. But
well, that's the thing is I say that I'm loosey-goosey and mellow and I'm just out here to have fun. But if someone blatantly rolled up right up on me, and someone that, if like you or Nick did, I'd be kind of like, dude, what the, I kind of laugh about it. Like, what the fuck are you doing? But if someone I didn't know that well just rolled right up on me and was within I'd be like, what's going on?
Yeah.
So see, We might have people looking for teammates already. I told you there might be trouble in paradise. Team Ali might not.
Jim Ford, I'm rolling up on you, Jim. Don't be bringing that back up, Jim. I mean, we had 20 years back in the old days in the boats. We crossed each other's paths plenty of times. You and Chris, when you guys were the teammates in the bass boat world. I swear we rolled up on the same stuff. Jim and I must fish very similar because we always fish around each other. Even when we were in separate boats, we'd wind up around each other at some point.
See, that's what's funny is, I say I wouldn't roll up on Eric. I don't think I've ever seen Eric during a tournament. We just have completely different styles or something. Right. I never see. I don't think I've ever seen Eric during a tournament. What's Jim talking about? Is he talking about George Morris?
No, I think he's talking about the older guy, George. I can't remember his last name. Man, that guy, he was 70 something years old and he was into it. He showed up for every tournament. And yeah, George was a little crazy.
We don't want to talk about that boat nonsense. Keep that in the boat world.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, and so to go along with that, my next point about just don't be intimidated. What's Eric saying? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's a good point. I'm kind of the same way. This is actually a quote of Eric's that I've sort of stuck to as well. Is I'd rather fish B water, and have it to myself than fish A water in a crowd. A and B being, But yeah. So. Right. I hear you, big fella. Maybe that's why we never see each other. But anyway, along those same lines of don't be intimidated to join a club and to do tournaments. Everybody's friendly. My next point is no one's ever going to give you shit for skunking or for doing poorly. If you think like, oh man, I don't want to go out there and skunk and be embarrassed and these guys are going to laugh at me, it's never going to happen. Every single one of us has skunked a tournament. Like it happens to everybody. Or I don't know if everybody's skunked, but maybe had a 1 fish, 2 fish, didn't get their limit kind of day, but it happens to everybody. So no one's ever going to laugh at you or give you shit for skunking. It's just, unless it's a good buddy, if Nick skunked, I would give him shit, sure. But the next day, maybe not that day, you let them have their space, but the next day, yeah.
What a nice guy. So there's a 24-hour rule, just letting all the newbies know. After 24 hours, you're fair game.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, so don't worry about having a bad day and people giving you shit. It's not like that. Craig, yeah, we are going to get to stuff. We're going to bring that. We're going to bring that up, Jim. We're going to talk about stuff to have. Everyone spends their time on the barrel. Yep, exactly. That's exactly right. Let's see. But yeah, like I mentioned before, all of this really applies if you go to awards. You have to go to awards for all this to really apply. Because, as far as people sharing information, sharing spots with you, like I said, if somebody rolled up on me who I didn't know or didn't know well, I'd be more inclined to get a little rankled. But if you go to awards, we get to know you, become friends. People are going to be way more likely to share information and share spots with you. So go to awards if you're going to join a club.
Yeah, for sure. And anybody who doesn't know what he means by awards, it's the gathering after the tournament. So if the tournament ends at 2:00, we always have a location where we always go to announce the winner, give out prizes, trophies, and all that stuff. So that's what he means by the award area where we do our final. Yeah. Hey, Massimo tuning in.
Massimo, yeah, I thought he was leaving us.
I don't know. Answer us here, Massimo. Are you still in the United States or did you move out of the U.S.?
Yeah, I thought he was heading south or something. Yep.
Yeah.
Good point, Eric. Don't be that guy who only goes to awards when you win. When you win, he meant. But yeah. Go to awards all the time. Say hi to everybody. Take your medicine when you skunk.
And there's some days where you just don't want to talk to somebody because it's all on you. It's not like, oh, I had a bad day and I didn't catch them. I can accept that. But when I'm on them and I catch them and I break off because I didn't tie the line the night before because I was too tired, or I didn't sharpen a hook and I break them off, or they flop off because I'm using a stiffer rod, and it's all on me, man, I need some time to cool off. I'm just gonna ride on home and chill out. Yeah. But being the tournament director, go ahead.
Yeah, got no choice. But Kyle makes a good point here. None of us are doing this for a living. We all got day jobs, so we get it. People got families and jobs to get back to. But if you got the time,
for sure,
go to awards. It'll definitely help. That's where you get the juice, and that's where you get to meet everybody. Massimo's still here. Okay. Soon I'm gone. Well, we're gonna miss you, buddy. We're gonna miss your stories.
Yeah. Well, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, missed you talking to the waitresses in Nebraska and all that. It was fun stuff. Let's see. What else? I guess like it's in general, it's just, and you can speak to this better than I can, but I'm just seeing this as an outsider. It seems to be the kayaking community seems to be a way more tight-knit and mellow fishing community as opposed to the boat world. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure. Yeah. A lot more willing to share information and work with each other and next to each other, because I think we also realize that we are in a kayak, and I just can't fire up a 254 stroke and go flying 47 miles down a giant lake and go someplace away from everybody. We're all going to see somebody at some point, no matter what body of water the CKB fishes, unless we wind up going someplace humongous. But there's no place on the schedule that I'm thinking of right now where you're going to, feel like you got to get away from, or you're going to have an area to yourself, right? It's just not like that.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's just, it seems to be a tighter community. We're lucky here in Colorado. We have two great clubs that work very well together. There's no animosity between the clubs. Most people fish both clubs. So it's, 70%, 80% the same members anyway. CKFC has, more people that don't fish with us just because there's a lot of people over there who like the multi side more. So
right,
but we've got two clubs in Colorado that get along great. Which is not the case in every state. Like I know there's clubs in California that hate each other. Texas, I think there's a few clubs that don't get along all that well. You hear that kind of stuff, which is a shame. It's a shame they can't get along better, but
Yeah, we're all in this together, especially in the same state. I mean, we got to support each other. You got to cheer everybody on. I mean, that's like you said. If you have that cohesiveness, then like you had just said, you're going to see people going back and forth from each club, and it's going to be the same group, and they're going to be there at that club for a certain reason. They're going to come to our club for a certain reason. Maybe there's an opportunity for something at their club that we don't provide. Right? They do a lot of charity stuff. We don't do any charity stuff. We're more focused on the fishing and the national championship. We're just different. It's not, there's no competition there at all. And the guys that run the club over there at CKFC, a bunch of good guys have been around for a long time, have a good experience in running clubs. So I'm glad to have two clubs that can coexist in the same state. It's a good time.
Absolutely. And gives us more opportunities to fish. I would be bummed if they or us went away and I only had 6 tournaments a year instead of 12. That would suck. So I'm glad they're around.
And see, folks, all you beginners, he's bummed that he's only fishing 6, and we're having a show here on why you should join and fish 1. And he's bummed that he's only going to get to fish 6. I have a feeling if you get the fever and you love this, I know at one point in my boating highlight, I was fishing 30 plus tournaments a year.
Yeah.
In my
that's one of my notes here is that if you're brand new to kayaking or to fishing, maybe not to kayaking. If you're brand new to fishing, because like when I joined the club, I was new to kayaking, but I had been bass fishing for years. But if you're brand new to fishing in general, I would start with CKFC. Not because the competition's any less. There's just as many hammers over there as there are as there are here. A lot of them the same hammers. Paul Ross going to kick your ass in either club. But CKFC is a little bit better if you're just getting started because they've got an 8-inch minimum instead of 12. And ours are just higher entry fees, so there's more money on the line. So that's the only reason I would say start with CKFC if you're brand new to fishing. But like I said, within a year or two, you're going to get the bug and you're going to join both so that you can do more than 5 or 6 a year. It's just going to happen. So. All right. Oh, look at this guy. Start a third. We're working on it. We're working. Not really.
Yeah.
But, I mean, kind of, sort of. I have. Kind of, sort of. Yeah. We'll see.
I'm working. I'm working on it. Yeah. We got some things, and we're gonna next couple episodes coming up here. We're gonna start building excitement and creating a buzz, and we're gonna. I got to get back on the bandwagon and start really pushing the idea of what I got going. So I think it'll be a lot of fun.
All right, I'm going to try something here. I don't know if it's going to work. Let me see. Where is it? Because we got somebody waiting here. And this is going to be terrible, just so you know. I made something for our guest. I whipped it together real quick at work today, and it's one of those things that's so bad, it's kind of good. It's kind of funny. So if it even works. But anyway, here's a little intro I put together. Let's see how this works. The idea was good, but the execution. I'm going to play it one more time because it's only 10 seconds. But look at the cutout job I did on his head. How ratty and ratty it was. Because I didn't have the actual erase feature. Because I had the free version of Adobe Express, so I couldn't erase. So I couldn't fine tune the cutout. But just look at how terrible this cutout is. Look at Nick's head closely. Here we go. One more time.
It's awesome.
It's so bad.
Breaking news.
Hire Jimmy Straws to do that.
It's so bad.
I dig it. I love it. It could have been worse. It could have been Brick Tamblin or whatever from.
It's exactly what it is. That's what it is. That's what the picture is.
Just with my head.
Brick Tamblin with your head over Brick Tamblin. That's exactly.
Well, I love Lamp.
I know you love Lamp. That's why.
Yeah, everybody knows.
I think you killed a guy.
That's so bad that we could make a last place T-shirt and give it to the person who finishes last at the club, and then they got to wear that the rest of the year.
I don't think I want my face, with that. If you wear the "You Suck" shirt, it's got Nick's face on it.
Oh man, I had to do something, but I didn't have a lot of time. And again, my free version of Adobe didn't let me actually erase the fine tune it. So I was like, whatever, this will work.
Well, I dig it. So
yeah,
I'm very happy with it.
Yeah. Well, welcome, the Weatherman, Mickey the Weatherman Weatherall. What's the forecast, bud? What do we got?
Well, I mean, current conditions down at Pueblo, thanks to Brian Weichel, we're about 40 degrees. Surface temp. Most of the little ponds and stuff around town are breaking a little bit of ice. So my guess is, Flanagan, you could tell me, my guess is you're probably surface temps 34 to 36.
I got 38 at my ponds this past weekend.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Supposed to be cold this weekend, guys. So if you are, guys and gals, so if you do go out, make sure you bundle up, take a buddy if you can, have an extra change of clothes in the car just in case you go in. A guy went in last year, and while I don't think he was super experienced in a kayak, when he hit that water, he was only up to about his chest. And
the guy
he was holding the dock, and his legs were under the dock.
Yeah.
And he didn't even know he could stand up because he was going into shock. So just be careful. Little tip. Throw a little bit of chapstick on your rod guides. It will stop the freeze up a little faster. They're still going to freeze up. Most of the time you just dip them in the water and you watch the little Oreos come off of them.
Yeah.
And don't throw super duper expensive baits when it's really, really cold. You don't want to be out there throwing a hinkle shad or something like that when it's freezing up like that, because the likelihood of breaking off, you're probably gonna break off.
Yeah.
And then as far as the rest of the lakes around town, I have no idea. Horsetooth, I'm sure, is closed. Trinidad's closed. Most everything else is probably starting to freeze up. We're finally getting a little bit of cold weather, so
Horsetooth is open.
Basically, the report.
All right, we appreciate it. Horsetooth does technically stay open, but Satanka usually freezes up, so you can't even get out to the open water. So I don't know what it's like right now, but it's got to be getting close. So yeah. Anyway, all right. Well, thanks for that. Bye.
Later.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. We'll keep you on for the rest of it.
Well, if you are going to go out, if you are going to join a club and go out, lures of the week. Now, lures of the week's probably going to go away once tournament season kind of hits.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
That'll probably stop being such a thing. But A-rigs, it is the time.
Did you guys happen to see, since you're holding up the A-rig, I instantly thought of Chen when I saw this, but Jackal, I think it's Jackal, has a mid-strolling A-rig.
Yes.
Where you give it the rod tip and they roll on the A-rig supposedly.
Yep.
I don't know. Shit's getting crazy.
Yeah, that is a real thing. I don't have one, but that is a real thing. I've seen them already.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And then the other two, you can never make them go away. If you did watch any of the tournament this weekend, I know you did, Jim. I watched it as well. There was a lot of lipless action.
Orange, though. They were throwing orange.
Yes. Fire crop. And then also, when in doubt, especially smallmouth and spots, you'll catch everything on this, but getting yourself a little blade bait.
Yeah.
This one's a Demiki Vault. That's a little more high end, but if you're going to buy blade baits, guys, don't buy one. You're going to lose it first cast probably if you buy one. So just buy a whole bunch of them and embrace the suck of blade bait fishing, because you're going to lose a bunch of them.
Yeah, that's one of my go-tos at a winter rough ride and down at Pueblo. The blade bait does really well.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's get back into talking club stuff, tournaments. Before we get into tips for doing tournaments, Nick, do you have any? I'm assuming you were listening to us. Anything you want to chime in there about why you should join a club? What's good about joining a club? How have you gotten better from joining a club?
Well, I caught my first bass in 2019. And not my very first one ever, but my first one in probably 20 years. I got out of fishing for a long time. I started fishing a couple days a year, catching some trout and dumb stuff, and I just didn't want to catch trout anymore. So found out there was trout. Went to Pueblo, caught a bunch of them, and joined a tournament 2 weeks later. It was a CKFC event. It was their first virtual event because COVID was like hot and heavy. And I didn't skunk in my first tournament, but I skunked in my third one. So for me, obviously, I've got a lot better in the 5 years I've been fishing tournaments. And I definitely would not be where I'm at now if I wasn't fishing tournaments. There's absolutely no way. And then not only are you going to get way, way better.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a great tip, Leslie.
Yep.
And I don't know if she's going to like the whole chick thing. I don't know. I don't want to make her mad because then Eric's going to kill me.
Well, that I don't think you have to go worry about Eric. That's a Latina woman we're talking about here. Okay, I don't want.
Oh no, I'm hoping to get Eric. Like if it goes down that way, I'm hoping Eric is the one. Because I don't want to get Leslie Alid. I don't need that.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're definitely going to get better. I definitely got a lot better. Go to awards. If not, no one will kind of know who you are. I'm more of a hang back type of person when I first meet people, but like I think one of the first times, Alex Rojas, just came up and introduced himself, like, "Hey man, how's it going?" Blah 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 blah. And then he did it like 2 years later, not knowing that he already met me, so that became a joke for a little while. But Eric, or Alex, not Eric, excuse me. Sorry, Alex, I got Eric on the brain. Alex, one of his things was if they do travel, go on a couple of those trips.
Yeah.
They're so fun. I fell in love with traveling out of state and doing those tournaments. It's the best. You get to hang out with your buds and kind of hang out. You and Matt Collins, you and you Flanagan and Collins have become two of my best buds. We talk every day. Jimmy is awesome, and everybody else like Brian. He texted me last weekend and was like, "Hey man, I'm going to the lake. You want to go?" Trailer's broke. He's like, "Shoot, I'll come help you fix it." And then all the other names that you added. All awesome.
Yeah. My first tournament ever with the club, it was with CKB. It was at Horsetooth. Didn't know anybody, not a soul. Didn't know a single person in the club. And at awards, I think Trev came in like third or fourth. And so he got a Shields gift bag. At the time, we were giving out Shields gift bags, just like a hat and stickers and a couple little things. And he said, "Hey," he just came up, introduced himself, said, "Hey man, here, you take this. I don't need this. You're new to the club. Welcome to the club." And it was just like, it meant a lot. I was like, "Oh shit, that's pretty freaking cool." I mean, didn't care what was in the bag, but just the gesture itself, it was his way of just saying, "Yeah, welcome to the club, man." It was awesome.
Yeah.
So
let's get into you got to think about the guy who just joins a club and doesn't know anybody. That's an awkward thing. So you really got to make people feel at home, and that's important. Not just in fishing, but generally in life. I think. It's nice to be a kind human.
Yeah, and it might take a tournament or two or three. You're not going to have a bunch of best buds the first tournament, but as people get to know you and see it more, it'll come. You're going to make a lot of new friends for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So let's get into tournament tips. Well, thank you, Steve. We appreciate that. That's exactly why we're doing the podcast, to help and stuff like this and get new people into it. So yeah, let's talk tournament stuff, tips and what you need, tips for taking pictures. But first thing I want to talk about, let me share my screen. Tourney X, download Tourney X. That's what we use for that's where we do all our, what am I saying? God, these comments are distracting me. Sorry. ADHD. Oh, look at this.
Take all our pictures. You got to download it to your phone. Mainly download it to your phone because that's where all our pictures are sent in from is the phone.
Yeah. Yes. Download Tourney X to your phone. It's free to get it on your phone and to use, but I would suggest getting the $30 a year subscription. And I'll show you why. Let's see, my dashboard. So if you go here on your dashboard, you see mine says cancel subscription. So I'm assuming there's a button here where you can get the subscriptions, $30 a year. But what you get when you get the subscription, look at past tournaments. Let's see, what am I looking for? So all these people with X, they have a subscription. But look at someone like Brian White or Alex Rojas. This is a good example. Why does Alex not have a Tourney X subscription? He's one of the OGs. He's been doing this forever.
Yeah, that's his burner account.
Yeah, right. But you see, this is it shows his personal bests, all the best each species. Shows a picture of him, says where he's from. That's it. But when you have the X, when you have the subscription, look at Jimmy Straws. That's 2026. Oh, sure. That's why it shows zeros.
That's good. Yeah, that's good.
You get I
should probably update that.
Put a picture, yeah, right. But it shows your whole tournament history. 8 out of 22. It shows where you place out of how many anglers, your entire history. Shows your, here's your all-time tournaments, how many first, seconds, and thirds and top 10. Oh, look at this. We got an Iron Maiden fan here. 666, number of the beast.
Yeah, 666.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah,
Maiden,
6 out of
Iron Maiden
42.
in the
6
house.
first places out of 42. What percentage is that? That might be better than KD.
6 places out of 69. 69 total tournaments. 42 top 10s.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have my.
I always want my top 10s to be at least 50% of my total tournaments. That's kind of what
Of course you do.
My internal metrics there. where am I? I think I'm a little bit below it right at the moment. I think I'm a little underwater on that. 59 total tournaments, 29 top. So I'm close. I'm right there, almost at 50% for top 10s. So anyway, that's what you get when you get the $30 a year subscription. Is you get all this cool history, your entire tournament history. So I recommend doing
your
that.
Little medallions, those little medallions at the top up by your name. Like if you travel, you get the Road Warrior.
Road Warrior.
If you get the little, and Big Fish
Matters,
Slayer or something or whatever.
Yeah. So not mandatory. You can still compete if you don't have all that. But I suggest getting that. It's just cool to have all that history. Like, I can't believe, like I said, Alex has been doing this forever, as long as anybody in the state, and we can't see his freaking history. What's he doing?
Well played.
Is he trying to hide it from us? He's trying to hide it from us, I think. Son of course.
He's that angler that will yell at you when you fish next to him.
Yeah, right.
Dude, Alex.
That is so far from the truth. So far from the truth.
No, Alex will give you a bait, the same bait he's throwing.
Alex will tell you like, "Hey, I'm trolling this at multis," or "Hey, I'm doing this. Give this a shot." Like, if he rolls by you, he'll go, "Got a limit?" And if you say no, he'll probably give you a little bit of a tip.
Yeah, he will.
Yeah.
Arledge is another one. No history for Arledge. Look at this guy. What are these guys doing?
He spends too much money on swim baits.
Yeah, probably. So
yeah.
Anyway, that's Tourney X. Download it on your phone. Pay the $30 a year to get all this cool history. It's just nice to have. I think. I'm a stat geek, so I like seeing that stuff. So.
Well, and then a great comment right there by Jim Ford. Make sure you update your Tourney X the week of the tournament. Tourney X did just do a really, really big update. So make sure you update. And I know they're planning on doing another one. I saw the post come out. He's looking at doing like a video thing inside of the app where you can show fish going away. That way the tournament director knows that it was a live fish right then. So lots of cool updates coming from Tourney X.
That's in my notes to talk about. Talk about pictures. No, it's good. It's a good segue because I know after the last big cheating scandal, there's been a lot of talk. There's been a lot of talk of requiring your pictures in the app. Tourney X has an in-app where you can just take pictures from Tourney X rather than using your phone. Most of us take a picture with our phone and then upload it to Tourney X. Some people, there is a camera function right inside Tourney X. Either one is fine, but there was some talk that it's going to be required to use the in-app camera. Do we know if that went through yet? Anyone?
I don't
know that.
I don't
that
think
might
so.
Be something. Right? I think that might be something that's up to each individual club. So I think Dwayne has that there, but it's part of club rules.
Okay.
If you want, I think. Don't hold me to that.
We'll have to ask. We'll have to ask Dwayne, but I'm pretty sure you can still just use your phone camera, then upload it. But before we get into go ahead. Yep.
No, I'll be honest. I like the fact that I can use my phone and not use the Tourney X app. And the reason for me is I don't have to hit the button because I have fish slime on my fingers. I have something and the button doesn't work. And when you touch the button, it shakes the phone and it gets a blurry picture. And I can just hold my phone and say capture or something.
Yep.
And I don't think the Tourney X has the voice activation. And I'll give you a tip right now for the beginners. Voice activation on your phone to take a picture is very helpful when you are on a kayak, because a lot of times you're rolling waves, your hands aren't steady. You'll take 10 pictures, 9 of them will be blurry. You're just going to get frustrated. So if you can get your command your phone to say or listen to you and say capture or take picture or whatever it says, that is big time helpful.
Or if you can get your volume buttons. I was pointing at my phone like an idiot, like you could see it. But if you can get your volume buttons, I use the capture feature. That's what I do too. And because you get all slimed up. Also, buy a phone lanyard. If you go out on a kayak, I don't care what kayak it is, make sure you have a lanyard. That's the exact one I have too. And then one of the big tips for me on a phone would be, if you have a password or any of that crap, take that crap off your phone just for the tournament. And then that way your phone is just ready to go. And it will really help the process through taking pictures. I've got a buddy who's a pretty good fisherman, and he fished the first tournament with me. And the app and the pictures and the board and the having everything the right way annoyed him so much that he just didn't fish anymore. So
it's something that I know a lot of people do this. I did this myself before I joined a live tournament. I did an online just to get used to taking pictures. I'm not a fan of onlines in general, but I wanted to do it just to get used to taking pictures. It's a big part of tournament fishing is getting the pictures right. Let's talk about some tips.
It could ruin your whole day. I've seen dudes catch big fish and just
Chen last year, he almost lost one. He turns out he would have come in second anyway, but his biggest fish of the day, he didn't have his identifier in the pick. So let's talk about some. When you're taking your pictures, if you can put it I suggest putting your board in the floor of your boat if you can, even if it's like my native isn't quite wide enough for it to lay flat like it can in a Hobie. So it still leans, but don't put it in your lap. You're going to lose fish. And also you're holding your camera up here so you can't even see. If it's on the floor, you can see what you're taking rather than just holding it up and hoping you're getting it right. And hold it over top, not leaning back like this at an angle. Hold it over top, directly over top of the fish, so that if you dropped your phone by accident, it hit the fish, doesn't fall in your lap. It's going to land on the fish. Be directly over top of the fish. And take a bunch. Don't just take one or two. Take a bunch. I know a lot of people, like I know Chen, after he takes his 6 or 7 pictures, he takes a picture of the sky as sort of a spacer. You do that too. See, I don't do that. What I do is I take my pictures and then I immediately look through them, find the best one, and then I put it into a folder. Before the tournament, I make a separate folder, Pueblo 10-2, and I just put it in the folder. So then at the end of the tournament, I'm not looking through all the pictures. I just go straight to my folder, upload this one, upload that one. But, it's personal preference. Some people don't want to. You got your momentum going. You just caught a fish. You don't want to deal with the pictures now. You want to get right back to fishing. So that's all. That's all personal preference. We got a couple comments here. Let's see.
And I know for me, I do something very similar. I'll take my pictures and then I do a selfie with it and throw it in. Whether it's a big fish or a little fish, which the one where I was like, that was a big fish. The picture in the little weather report intro. That was a big fish that was in that picture.
Well, that's excuse me again. That's something also I wanted to talk about. Is there's also talk since the cheating scandals. Cheaters ruin everything, but making release videos mandatory. There's some talk of that. I personally don't take release videos. I probably should, but I don't. Never have. I don't know why, but
I only do if the fish is damaged. Like if he's hurting the eye or he's bleeding real bad, or his tail's all wonky, or he just kind of looks kind of cruddy. Because sometimes you get a really long, sick fish. It looks really bad. And I'll do it then if I have to. But I don't think I've ever had. I don't think I've ever had a tournament director ask me for the video, though.
I haven't either. I've never had a fish with a dead left eye because you're going to see their left eye. So I've never had to. And do you take them, Straws? Do you take release videos?
No, only if the fish has a weird patch where he looks like he's dead potentially, a light spot, or if the eye is glassed over, or if potentially, previously someone hooked that fish in the eye and that fish lost that eye somehow. That is in our rules, and for everybody that's watching and all the new guys, that is in the rule. If that fish's eye that's facing you, which would be the fish's left side, if that eye is facing you, I would definitely 100% take a video of the release of that fish, because if we see a glossed over eye, we will deny that fish. We have to. It's in the rules. We don't know if that fish was dead and you just scooped it up off the water. But yeah, please do that. But I have a question. As you know me, Jimmy Straws, I'm not technologically advanced by any means. So when I take this video with my phone and it's 15 seconds long, what do I do with it? Can you upload a video to Tourney X, or do I have to send that directly to, hang on a second, do I got to send that directly to the tournament director? Because when I try to send a video via a text, it always says too large, trim it down. Where and do you send a video?
Yeah. I believe, I don't know. Before this season, I don't know. You probably had to show it at awards afterwards, maybe. But I did see in Dwayne's post, I think today, I think they will be stored in the app. If you use the in-app camera through Tourney X, it allows you to take up to 15-second video, and I believe it does store it in the app. Now it does now. It didn't before. I think he had to get like a whole new server just to hold all the videos or something like that.
I was going to say that's got to be a
tons of storage
server.
Yeah.
And it should go away. I'll tell you right now, if everything goes to videos and loading stuff up, I'll probably quit. Honestly, unless it becomes an easier method. I'm not filming on the water and releasing fish. I mean, it's just not worth it. I'll just fun fish. It's already enough chaos to take a picture and upload it and try to get a signal and drive the top of the hill and stop. Oh, here it is. And it's already hard enough.
It is a lot. That's why I've never done release videos. It's just like you already got enough going on trying to get the picture. It's too much. I hope that's not the direction we're going, just because of a guy who cut off a kayak and put it in his boat. But.
so that comment by Mudfoot, iPhones will create an iCloud link. Okay. This is a guy that doesn't even know what an iCloud is. Like, what is an iCloud link, right?
Yeah, Steve, you don't know who you're talking to. Jimmy Straws does not know what an iCloud link is. And I think he still has a flip phone, but.
So Trev has hit up. Make sure you put a lanyard on your phone again. It is important. It's not. Trev said it like 3 times, so I think he's probably lost a phone before.
Yes.
Man, I saw Chen's comment as well, which is probably the best comment of the night so far.
Yeah.
Right there. Side note, not even side note. Best note. CX Angling on YouTube. Go check them out.
And Instagram. YouTube and Instagram. Yeah.
Read the rules. Then read them again, and make sure you read the rules for the series that you're going to be at. I just read the rules again for the national championship. And right in that rule book, it states the national championship will have its own portions of rules. Be on the lookout for them. I haven't seen them yet, but they're going to have special rules for that tournament. And if you don't know them, you're going to launch an hour early and you're going to get DQ'd, or not get DQ'd, but DQ yourself. We talked about that last week with Trev, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people get hemmed up over rules. And man, it's a bummer, but.
And there's different rules for different clubs, which we'll get into now, because I'm going to show a couple pictures. Straws, you've judged a bunch, so we're gonna test Nikki on these.
Oh geez, I'm on my phone, dude. I don't even know if I can see stuff that well.
Okay, well, if you can't, then don't worry about it. We'll get into
it.
Here,
hold on.
I'm gonna show some pictures, and you tell me why these pictures got denied. Which one do we want to do first? Let's do this one first. Why was that picture denied?
Give me 2 seconds. He's got his finger under the gill plate. That's the first one that I see.
Yep, that's it.
It looks like his face is there. We got, everything else looks good except for his finger under the gill plate.
Yep, that's exactly right. Don't do that. Let's see, next one.
I've got you up on my TV now, so I can.
Oh, nice. All right. What's next? What's this one? I don't remember what this one is. Oh, this was the champ. I can't believe the champ did this. This was in the championship. What's wrong with this picture?
Yep. Man.
I'm waiting for my
16 and a half in the championship. I hope she had another picture.
She's not. Well, for one, the Hello Kitty or whatever sticker that is, that's dope. That is super Leslie Ali.
Yeah.
I would almost give 2 corrections for this one. One, identifier out of the picture, and
that's it.
And then also, like, you can't see the full fence of the board, and then also she's covering the portion of the scale on the tail. That could become an issue depending on the judge saying, how do we know you didn't cut off a tilapia tail? And I mean, obviously, Leslie would never do that. Unless she's got everybody fooled.
That's why I was saying in the rules.
Folks. This is all examples. Yep.
That's why I was saying read the rule, or Chen was saying read the rules. But let me. Oh, I'm missing some comments here. Eric said the last one was finger banging the gills.
Finger banging the gills.
Eric, your mom and your sister are watching this. You know. I don't know if he realizes that.
But also, he's not wrong. Screwed myself.
Yeah.
2 years back, launched my boat with 2 weeks. Yep. Off limits times.
Yep. She had good. She did have another picture of this. So yeah, the big one that jumps out is her identifier is not in the picture. Right. She's got one of those ones like I've had on my example board where you slide it up and down. She forgot to slide it up into the picture. Yep. This is legal though for CKB. Pinching the tail and having that portion covered for CKB is legal.
Yes.
CKFC, I don't think it is for CKFC. I think for CKFC, this right here would not count. I think. I
also believe that's true.
Yeah, definitely not pinching the tail, but I don't know if you can have the transition. I forget what it's called, but the transition area between the tail and the body.
Yeah, it's the scale area of the tail, I think, of how CKFC's reads. And you can't cover that while pinching the tail.
Right.
And she had another picture.
But in CKB, that is allowed because the National Series, Bassmaster Kayak Series does allow physically pinching the tail. I'm trying to get my finger in the I'm going over here. Does allow pinching the tail to get that extra 1/4 inch. All right, next. You ready, Nick?
Oh, yeah.
I think this was Gardner. Who's this? Was this Gardner? No, that's Caden. This is Caden. Sorry, I shouldn't be calling them out. I should just be putting the pictures up.
What's wrong with this one? He is covering portions of the mouth with his hand. He's got the entire gill plate covered, and I do not see an identify. Well, it's written on his hand. Some tournaments don't allow you to write it on your hand, though. It has to be on an actual identifier. So, if you go to a Bassmaster event, it has to be on their specific identifier. I don't think I have my old one sitting here, but theirs is like a laminated, like super cool kind of setup.
Right there.
Yeah.
Is that from the championship? No, that's from Possum Kingdom. Yeah.
Oh, you got one?
Yep.
The one that I got. Let me see if it's right here. I don't think it is. I got like identifier cards everywhere.
CKB and CKFC do allow writing on the hand, but like Chen said, read the rules, make sure you can write on the hand, or if you have to have an official identifier.
So that's the day 2 one where they have you write it on there. But the day 1, it already had it. Here it is. The day 1, you've got it like already on there. And then also, this is kind of a cool thing. We might even want to adopt something like this. It's got, I don't know if I want to put all of his stuff out there. You might have to blur that out or something, but You probably can't read it anyway, but
he don't care. Oh yeah, I see. This one has it too.
Steve Owens, he's got like all of his stuff. He's the tournament director. It gives you the awards location, like everything right on that. It was a very well run thing at Lake Havasu.
Yep, they do it
and
right.
Let me talk about this picture real quick. So as you can see, this is that person's left hand holding that fish down, and where their pinky is, what we're getting into is he's getting into a gray area where he's getting really close to that eye and covering up that eye. In our rules, I will say this, at the very beginning of our rules, it shows a picture, and it shows in that picture, it shows red lines of quote, or it says hand placement. That is not necessarily, I'm going to say this right now, Matt and I have to get together and we have to remove that picture with those red lines. That is not necessarily where we only accept the hand placement. It's just a general guideline. There's the picture. And it shows the identifier on the fish, which is actually illegal as well. So Matt and I, as board members, we have to correct this picture for our 2026 Colorado Kayak Bassmasters rules. I would love to see us get rid of that red line and get rid of that identifier and just have the fish. As long as you're not covering the eye, you don't have a finger under the gill plate, and you're not covering the very, very end of the tail where it touches, we are pretty lenient on that. Think about the whole purpose of what this picture is for. A picture is for a judge to identify that this fish has been caught recently, it's fresh, it's alive, and two, that if you're fishing during the spawn, that you're not catching the same fish during the tournament and submitting the same fish in your 5 at the same time. So as a beginner angler or any angler, what I think about is I always want to give the judge as much information on that fish as I can give him to give me the right call so I can advance further into the tournament. I don't want to be sneaky and cover my arm and then pinch the tail and then twist your arm and only show 2 little pieces of the fish. That judge can say, nope, not enough information. I can deny it. Don't fight the judge. The judge, we as judges, if we judge our own, which we try not to, we try to give the angler the benefit of the doubt of catching that fish. So please give us as much information on that fish as possible. Personally, myself, I would love to see no hands on a fish at all. I would love to see that. That would be the best way to do it. Now I've got that whole entire fish to look, especially during duplicates. That's the key, is catching duplicates. That makes a good judge, right?
I always try to do that. I take my first few pictures with the hand on, and then I'll take my hand off for the last couple and hope it doesn't flop. But if it does flop, I've got some. So
and then you get into, before hog troughs and the Yak Attack board leaderboard. When you had hog troughs, you could really push that thing down if you were close, and you could get it to touch that line. I saw a lot of people carrying 2 and 3 hog troughs and come back with a broken one. I've seen it before.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, all right. So that was that one. We got one more. This one's an interesting case too. It's obvious at first, but there's something interesting about this one that I wanted to bring up. So why was that one denied?
Okay, so that's I'm waiting for it to come up on my TV here. It's a little guy. So this one would be denied. One, because the mouth is open. Or not denied, it would be mouth open, but because he's not touching the tail on the line of 12 and a half, that's going to be a half-inch penalty that is going to be under the 12-inch, because the first place it touches is at 12. So he's going to get a half-inch deduction. That's going to be an 11.5-inch fish, and that's not going to be a fish that's going to be scored in CKB.
That's right. He is.
And it would be an 11.5 if he was at CKFC.
This is first. So yeah. So Nick's
exactly right. Baby, let's go.
That's why I showed this one, because this, if the mouth was closed, would score as a 12.25. It's not touching the half line there.
That's right. It's 12.25. It's touching the 2.5 up top. Yep. So it'd be an 11 and 3/4. Excuse me.
So yes. So because the mouth is cracked, that's a half-inch penalty.
Yep.
So you're going from 12.25 down to 11.75. 12 inches is the minimum, so now it no longer counts. So you lose that entire fish. That fish is gone. Doesn't count at all. So don't. So especially
and he could have easily got the mouth closed and still be at 12.25.
Yep. Yep. So
those little fish are tough because they want to slide around, and there's nothing more dangerous than a 7 to 14-inch smallmouth that's all pissed off with a full mouth full of trebles.
So I brought my board to sort of demonstrate this. I don't know. I'm going to try to do it with backwards cameras, but we always talk about this at awards. It's one of the things Straws always used to talk about. I'm going to have to talk about it this season, but when he says the tail has to be touching a manufactured line on the board, that sometimes it's sort of hard to understand. But what he means is, if the tail's like that, it's a Nick size fish right there. But
hey, 24 hours.
If the tail's like that, you say, well, that's a 14-inch fish, right? No, it's not, because it's not touching a line. What you have to do is move it up so that it's actually touching one of those lines. It can't be in between this space here. It can't be in that space to count. It has to be touching one of those lines. We can't just say, yeah, it's obviously 14 because it's in the middle there. No, it has to be touching a line for it to count. So,
and then also, if you saw his on the 1/4 inch, they kind of go up a little bit. I don't know if you can see that because I can't see now. On the leaderboard, they're all flat. You don't get the line that comes up real high on the 1/4 inch like you do on the catchboard.
Yeah. Eric, are you talking about? Are you talking about fish, Eric? What are we talking about here? We are talking about fish, right? Okay, just want to make sure. Sorry.
I have so much to say. I have so much to say, but I'm going to keep it PG rated.
Well,
at least PG-13.
I'm trying.
I can't wait for Eric to be on the podcast and just let him go. Oh, it's going to be great.
A few weeks. I think we're going to.
It's going to be great.
We're doing next one, I think. Then we're going to talk to you guys, you and Leslie, about the championship, and then I think we're going to have Eric on to do the Eagle Claw episode. So yeah, he's always good. Podcast gold, as we say. Let's see. What else for pictures? Anything else we want to?
Sunlight. Just make sure.
Go ahead, Nick.
Sunlight hitting your board, and then Jim, you and Flanagan probably talked to this. I've never judged a tournament. I've never been that. I've never had a fish denied. Well, I take that back. Jeremy got me on one fish, but it was Boyd, and it was like a 6-inch bass, and it was. I think there was like 4 fish caught all day, so I submitted that one just out of fun, right. And then I gave him crap after he denied it. But color of board, which ones show up better on cameras and which ones don't?
These show up the best. The carbonates show up the best, better than the metals.
Green is the worst.
Is it? Oh, I thought black was the worst. Okay.
Black's no picnic either, but green is the worst. I don't know why. I think, honestly, the hog trough being a white board with the black lines that we used to have to carve in with a Sharpie back in the olden days, I wish they would make white boards with black lines. That is
that's why these
one. But right there, that one Matt is showing you right there, the catch carbon. By far, hands down, I wouldn't spend the money on the aluminum one. They get hot. They're heavy. If you drop it, you have no chance of grabbing it. At least that one, if you can put foam in the back, it might do this. It's going down the water, and you can scoop it if you drop it, if you're not tied off to it. But yeah, no green, please. Stay away from green.
Yeah. Oh, Trev, good. But yeah. Oh, shit. But yeah, a lot of people ask, are the carbonates still legal? Does it have to be the aluminum ones? No, these are still legal, and these are the easiest to judge. I've got a blue aluminum one that I got from Eco because I got it for free from Eco that I do like, but the yellows do show up better for sure.
I was going to get an aluminum, and Arledge said he goes, well, what are you using now? And I was like, the plastic one. And he was like, keep it. That's the easiest one to see. And I was like, cool, done. I won't spend the money.
Yep, don't bother. I only use a metal one because I got one for free.
Yep.
But yeah, the carbonates are
and once
lighter
again, like I always used to say in our captain's meeting, we spend a lot of money and a lot of time to catch fish if you're a tournament angler. When you catch that fish, that is the only thing that moves you up the leaderboard. That fish is important. Take the time to give the judge a good quality picture. Don't try to just sneak something by. Oh, maybe I can do this and I'll try to squeak that quarter. You're not going to do yourself any favor. You spend a lot of money and time to try to catch that fish. Submit good pictures. It's in your favor.
And the judges don't want to disqualify pictures. Correct. There's no judges that want to disqualify pictures. They want you to get credit for all your fish. Let me get to Trev's point real quick.
Real fast. Stickers.
Yeah. Stickers.
Like if you don't have a CKB and or a CKFC sticker on your board, get your life right.
Yeah. I have some too. So
no, but if you go to a national event and you have more than one sticker that's touching, they will make you pull them all off. They only allow one sticker because people will build up a whole bunch of stickers and to get a little extra link. Feeders are out there. It's unfortunate. But
Bassmaster National, they make you take any stickers off and you have to put just theirs on.
Well, they let me have this one for Havasu, but they might make me take it off. So there's my Bassmaster. Bassmaster puts a little, like if they've inspected your board, they put that on there. So that sticker also has to be in your tournament photo. So they might have other rules, not just the identifier. You might have to have their QC sticker in there when they sign your board.
Yep. To answer Jim's question, catch board, carbonate or aluminum, or what Nick has there, the Yak Attack leaderboard. That's it. No hog troughs.
And the leaderboard, if you haven't seen one, they've got a mirror on them.
Yeah.
That shows
the fish. Too unwieldy. That thing is too unwieldy. I think
it's a lot.
It's
a lot.
And the reason
which is why it's basically new.
Hog troughs will sort of flex. You can bend them. So what people were doing, jerks were doing, was, if you picture the fish is like this, touching 15, if you bend the board, the fish's tail is going to slide up and you're going to get 15.25. So that's why hog trough's not allowed, because they bend. Catch does not bend. So that's why the reason. So Trev brings up a really good point. Well, before we get off pictures, make sure your location settings are enabled on your app. Good point, Trev. Yes.
The good news is now if you do sign in for the tournament, if you check into a tournament, I do it every time, even though it's not required in some tournaments. I do it because when you push check in, it throws your location on your check in. Like when you push check in, it says, here's your location. Is this correct? If it's not, you can go in, delete the app, re-download it, make sure your location's updated to exact and not varying. Yeah. I've seen people get it, and it's unfortunate. It was Trinidad. We saw the guy on the lake, and I don't know if they actually went through with it, but because he had such terrible service, his location was showing downtown Trinidad.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they actually gave him credit for him or not, but it was a thing.
Yeah, I've seen that. We had that issue at Norton, where somebody's pictures were showing up in downtown Norton, but there's no ponds in Norton, so we know there wasn't any funny business. But some phones do that. But the reason you have to make sure your location settings are on GPS settings in your camera app, because we have to be able to verify that you didn't bring a 22-inch smallmouth down from McConaughey and submit it in the Chatfield tournament. So, we have to be able to verify.
And no editing of the photo. Don't try to edit anything, because it will show an edit to you guys, and it's immediate when they see an edit.
Yeah, and don't rotate it. If the picture's upside down, doesn't matter. Submit it anyway. Don't rotate it, because that counts as an edit.
That's right.
Yeah. So all good stuff. Let's see. We talked about release videos. We talked about that. So yeah, let's talk about required equipment for tournaments. Like we just talked about, catch or leaderboard. The biggest one required for tournaments, but I would say don't ever go out without one anyway. PFD. Got to have a PFD. It's got to be zipped at all times while you're fishing, at least. But PFD. What else? 360 light.
Yes, we need to have a 360-degree light. Yeah, back in the old days, we used to accept just a headlamp with some sort of light. But once we started registering vehicles and insurances started requiring we need to have visibility, because let's not forget, folks, that once you register your kayak, I'm going to call it a vessel for another lack of a better term. Once you register that vessel, it now becomes, you have to become Coast Guard approved. You actually have to have your rear light that Nick had just showed, that white light for 360, that has to be something like 115.5 degree over the horizon. So you can't just have that and have a little 6-inch white light and say, that's my white light. That's not even allowed for us. We can't even accept that. The Coast Guard requires you as a vessel to have a certain height for your lights. You need to have your front red and your front green lights as well on during all hours of non-daylight, right? And technically,
any limited visibility.
If you're anchored, technically in the middle of the day, when you're anchored, you should technically be turning on the light that Nick is showing, because that is not only a rear navigation light, that is an anchor light. That's letting other vessels know that, hey, that white light is not moving, but there's a vessel there, so he's anchored and you can maneuver around that vehicle. So, not just getting into kayaking, once you get a kayak and you tend to and you register it, you better know the rules of proper navigation and proper equipment. We don't need fire extinguishers on our boat because they're under 16 feet at this point. But if you ever had the 17-footer, I do believe from Hobie years back, you might be required to have a fire extinguisher on board.
You would have to require it. It would be required.
Yeah. So the 360 light is required for everybody when we launch before light. If we launch during sunlight, it's not required, but 9 times out of 10, we're launching when it's still dark. So you have to have the 360 light. The red and greens are if you have a motor. If you have a motor, you have to have the red and greens at your front on your bow. This is just a little $50 guy I got at a eco fishing shop. Some people have the full on, lights on the sides and stuff. I went cheap, but
I just got some rechargeable lights from Amazon. That meet the distance requirement for navigable lights or whatever they call that. But yeah, the old headlamp thing, any human powered vessel, you don't technically have to have it, but it is one of our rules for CKB that you have to have a 360 light. And there's no option. You must have a 360 light, even if you're human powered.
Yeah. And Jim's question, Jim, you are correct. If you don't have a motor, you don't have to register your kayak.
That's right.
But if you have the motor, it's got to be registered.
If you have a motor, it basically turns it into a vessel.
Even an electric trolling motor, you got to register it, and you got to have the red and greens on the front. And that's only in a dark too, though, right? What's that?
A sail. If you have a sail, if you have a Hobie and you put a sail on your boat, you need to register your boat if it's a sail. If it's a sailboat,
it's considered underpowered.
Yeah. What else? Whistle is required, right? You got to have a whistle on you.
100%. And recommendation for the whistle, I know it's a pain, but try to keep it on the outside of your vest, tucked down and then Velcroed over. So in case something ever happens and you're hung up or your head's just out of the water, you don't have to dig for the whistle. The whistle's right there. You can reach down and you can blow that and somebody can hear you. So please try to keep your whistle available at all times. For your own safety.
I have mine tethered inside my pocket, but for tournaments, I pull it I pull it out of the pocket. I zip it, keep my pocket closed. Oh, geez. Keep my pocket closed, but the whistle is outside the pocket so that I can it's on a tether.
Well, and keeping it real close to your body. I can't remember his last name. Chris, I think it's Cone, I think.
Yeah.
I can't remember if it was last year or the year before. He went over in his kayak on 11 mile in like November. It was really late in the season. He was running a downrigger for, I believe, salmon is what he said. There was a podcast about it, I believe, on the CKFC podcast when they were doing that with Matt Collins. And he was like, all the ropes and stuff, I got stuck. I couldn't do anything. He said, luckily, this stupid little whistle was right here. He said he couldn't reach his knife where he had it.
Yeah.
He goes, luckily, my whistle was up there, and he was all, and a boat heard him and came in and squared him away. He said just his head was out the water. And he said the water was like high 30s, low 40s. Like, you're in a lot of trouble if you go over in your kayak in that temperature. And he said he was middle of the lake, trolling deep. So, and he's super experienced. He said it happened so quick. And another guy went over, Trouthead, can't remember his Calvin. Calvin went over, and it's gonna happen. Like it's almost like a not if when kind of thing. But
I mean, you got to have a whistle. It's got to be, and we recommend it being readily accessible. And I think that's it. Before we get into recommended items, those are all the required items, right? That's everything you have to have. Correct?
Yes.
Catcher, yak attack, 360 light, PFD, red and green nav lights if you have a motor, whistle.
And
and a kayak. Thank you.
Not a skiff, not a
wake boat like
belly boat
Nick used to have. Yeah, no.
Yeah, not a 21-foot Supra with a bunch of Nickelback playing on it, or whatever. Wait, country, the country rap songs, because I'm from Michigan, apparently.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Trev, good one, Trev. Fishing license, gotta have it. Of the state we're in. So when we go to Kansas and Nebraska, you got to get a Kansas and Nebraska license. Good call, Trev.
Yeah, you have to follow all state laws and regulations, or you're subject to DQ. So if you don't, speak of the devil, Calvin Fuss just messaged. Like one of those where if you don't buy your parking pass, you could DQ. Like, don't get DQ'd over something silly.
If you
get a speeding ticket.
If you don't have a park pass and you get a ticket from that park, that's a DQ.
That's right. Even if it's during official practice.
That reflects very badly on the club when they have 20 kayakers showing up and only 15 of them bought park passes. So that's a DQ if you get a ticket for anything really. On the lake, park and lake related stuff. So that's the required stuff. What's some suggested stuff? Well, it's already been mentioned, but the biggest one is a phone tether. Since we're always, for tournament, fun fishing, you don't necessarily need it because you might not be taking pictures, but for tournaments, you're always taking your phone in and out. Get a freaking tether. Get a tether. You will lose a phone if you don't.
Just like you were saying, you pointed at it. I think we have the same one. Because if you get wrapped up, in fact, I got this thing all wrapped up in my chair. If you saw me dinking around with that, it happens quick. There's straps everywhere on everything.
Yeah, it helps.
And then for me, I also put tie downs on my board. It has saved me.
I tether mine too. Check your plugs.
Yeah, especially if you're native, like you got to drain that water out every now and again.
Like you said, and what I have written down, not everybody does this, but I would suggest a landing net. Do you use the net straws?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you do?
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Because I know there are some people that don't. Some people don't like having the net taking up space, getting in the way. Some people just lip it or boat flip it. I think Arledge might be a no-netter. Now that I think about it, I have a feeling Arledge is a no-netter. I might have that wrong, but some people don't use a net. I like having a net personally.
Me too.
I like putting it
up as that fence. Always the left side.
I had that as a note during pictures. Yeah,
Perfect.
I suggest that. If you ever watch any of my videos, you see I always prop up the net on my the left wall of the kayak, and then I put the board up against the net. So if the fish flops, he goes into the net. And it has saved me close to 10 times where a fish flopped right into the net. What do you got, Strauss?
Yes, we've seen that in your videos. Let me say this real quick. Once again, back to the judging and fish pictures. If you have that net on the side of your board, like Matt was saying, in case the fish flops off and does a flop, he hits your net and you can save him from going overboard. Try to pay attention that your net is not casting crisscross shadows on the fish. Once again, it makes it hard for the judge when we have to compare something to look for markings if there's shadows. So if you have to, all you'd have to do in that point is turn your rudder and give your kayak a couple kicks, and you turn and change the position of the sun so you have a clear picture of your fish. Once again, you keep hearing me say clear pictures of fish, clear pictures of fish.
Yep.
This is in your favor, folks. Let the judge do his job. Give yourself the credit for the fish. Those little crisscrosses from the net are very hard to see when we're trying to compare fish for reasons unknown.
Yeah. And I've had it where the net actually comes down and kind of covers the fence and the fish a little. And
none of that.
Yeah, I mean, you spend I don't well, you don't have to, but I spend a absolute ridiculous amount of money to catch that little fish and take that picture. And it's literally just for that picture.
Yeah.
Keep it simple. Only 5K in electronics. I agree, Eric.
Yep.
Exactly.
I just showed you all three types of boards. I have the old school aluminum 32-inch, Yak Attack, and a catch. I obviously spend too much money on this crap.
Another picture tip. We're ragging on pictures, but it, like Strauss said, it is the most important part. The sun, make sure it's not glaring off your identifier. Make sure the identifier isn't washed out by the sun. That does happen sometimes.
Especially when those identifier, like my identifier bag is like ripped and I've taped it together and it's kind of dingy and gross.
Yeah.
It's time to replace it.
Yep. Just before you release the fish, take a look at a couple of your pictures. Make sure the identifier's there. Make sure nothing's covered up. Just look at your pictures before you release the fish. If it's been out of the water a little while, throw it in the net, dunk it in the water, check your pictures. Okay, he's good. Then let him go.
Also, when you're throwing fish back, how far can you travel in your kayak before you are out of rules putting the fish back? Can you catch a fish 100 yards off the bank and it's windy or something, so you kick all the way to the bank and get all your pictures and drop it back in the water? Is that legal? How long can you have the fish in your possession, if you will?
I don't think there's a time limit. I mean, we want to return them alive. So you want to get them back in quick, but there's no actual time limit or distance limit or anything like that. So yeah, make sure you charge your phone. Yeah. Good call.
Little battery banks.
Do I have one here? I don't.
Here, there's one. This is a big one, but here's one.
Something like that.
In fact, it's plugged into my phone right now, so it doesn't go dead while I'm talking on the podcast.
All right.
See, here's the difference between the youngsters and my old untechnology ass. I have a battery box. I put a cigarette lighter charger in my battery box. and then I just plug it in like my truck one. I just grab it out of my truck. So I can plug into my battery box. You guys got all the fancy chargers with the 2 prongers and all the technology and the USB. Yeah, I'm still an old school cigarette lighter and just plug it into the
I've got a cigarette lighter on my battery box too, and that's my backup.
Yeah, so I mean,
choose one.
I try to charge the night before my tournaments while I'm sleeping, wake up in the morning and my phone is charged. It's all these little things. All these little things matter.
They absolutely do. Yeah.
So Eric says Jimmy's LEDs are keeping it old school. Are we all going to get lights?
Yeah.
I think we have to.
I got to change my background here. There's another Trocar.
There we go. Oh, I got the 100-year. That's how I'm rolling.
Yeah. Oh, 100 years of making memories.
I have that hat, but I'm not wearing it for the podcast. I probably shouldn't say this because I'm gonna ruin the juju of it. But I got the 100-year hat, and I wore it for my last 3 tournaments. I wore it for the CKB championship. I wore it for the Kansas championship, and then I wore it for the Winter Rough Riders. A 3rd place and 2 seconds. Nothing lower than a 3rd place with that 100-year Eagle Claw hat.
Maybe this is the first time I've ever put it on. I pulled the little card out of it today. Yeah, I want to keep it nice.
That's why I'm not wearing it, because it's only for tournaments now. It's now my tournament hat.
So. Oh, geez, if that thing works out like that, I might have to, in the name of Flanagan, wear it during the national.
You should. I would give it a try.
Speedo.
Yeah, I could.
No, that's Eric's. That's Eric's. The Speedo is Eric.
Yeah. We don't want to see that in your picture. Yeah, we don't want to see any feet or knees or anything weird in your pictures. No crotch shots of men in Speedos with work boots on. Nothing like that.
Rojas is famous for the feet. Yeah, Rojas is famous for the
writing the tournament director's name on his toes. He did that to I don't know her first name, but I think it was Wedling is her last name.
Yeah.
He knew it was her, so he sharpied like Jess or whatever her name was on his feet. Oh man, so gross.
It's
hilarious.
Well, what else? That's really all my notes. Any other recommended? We talked about the required. What else is recommended? Phone tether, landing net. What else? Anything
15
else?
15 fishing rods and 200 pounds of tackle. I mean, that's pretty much about it, right? Honestly, one rod is all you really need. So that's all you can fish with at one time. So anybody new and all the rest of you guys, one rod is plenty. That's all you need to bring. You're good.
Yep. And if you're throwing an ugly stick, you can still catch fish on an ugly stick. So if you're super basic right now, paddle kayak, any of that stuff, and if you have like a really a competitive spirit, that's what did it for me. I was like, man, I can get competition, I can hang out with friends, I can do all the things. Have some tournaments been very annoying to drive home from? 100%. That's the big one. Make sure you have a journal for all your excuses. Good job, Eric. But yeah, tackle and rods and stuff. I've wanted to do a tournament in the winter called the Doc Demon Classic, where you can use any rod under 48 inches. So ice rods, any of that kind of stuff. That's the rods. And I always thought that would be fun. The only other things I had on my list were if you are winter fishing, make sure you're being really safe. Always wear your PFD, take a buddy, extra clothing. And then if you do go ice fishing, I know that's not anything with this, but beware of bad ice. It's been a really, really warm year. Find a fishing app you dig. Yeah. Omnia apps.
Omnia's a good one.
What's the other one? Deep Dive.
I tried Deep Dive. I didn't like that one as much.
I didn't like it either.
And actually, Steve Englehart, Mudfoot, he had a good question when he registered this week because he saw the off limits communication deal, and where you can't go to quasi-public. And he said, well, what about like the paid tiers of Omnia? Is that considered public, or is that? And I said, no, that's all good, because that's still public information. Anybody can get that information. You might have to pay for it, but quasi-private is like a closed Facebook group, a private Facebook group where only certain people are allowed in, and they're trading information. That's the kind of stuff you can't get. But any public app is fine. That's not considered information sharing. Now you pull up your pedal drive and you pee through the bottom of your kayak, Eric. Come on, grow up. What are you doing? Oh, let's see, what has Leslie got? Off limit before. Yeah, I like off limit too. We can't do it for everyone, because some people only get a certain amount of days to fish. They do want to, especially if we're driving to Kansas. But I do like an off limits period. That is pretty nice. Oh Jesus!
Oh Lord!
We got him going.
I knew the poop one was going to go.
The tiger is loose. The tiger is loose.
Eric,
we're going to find the first person to get the ban.
Your mother and your sister are in here. Come on, dude.
I feel like they already know his schedules and such from youth.
Yeah.
From youth.
Or his Facebook posts. They are a damn hoot. If you don't follow Eric Ali
get on
Facebook, it's quality. Just do it.
Good stuff for sure.
The more I annoy Leslie, the deeper we go.
Don't get cut, Eric.
So we're just adding fuel to the fire then.
Yeah,
right?
we are.
That's right.
Pretty much.
Oh, I'm sure.
Well, I was going to walk through how to join the club on the website, but we're already getting close to 2 hours. It's pretty out. Just read the directions at the top of the page. Just read the directions.
Hour and 41.
Yeah.
That is a bad visual. You're right.
It is. Yeah, that's terrible.
Eric is opposite of a small man.
Yeah.
He's small man adjacent.
Well, I'll show it real quick, I guess. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but ColoradoKayakBassmasters.com. Click on the join page. Just read all of these, all the rules. But you're filling in everything. If you see something on here, fill it in. Click on buy now. You got to buy the club membership for $35. You got to buy Bass Nation. I upped it to $31.60. It was $30, but we were losing $60 a year by paying, because when they pay us $30, when someone pays us $30 through here, we only get $28.50.
Right.
But then we have to pay Bass $30. So 52 people a year, we're losing $1.50 each. We were losing $60 a year, so I tacked that on to pay for the PayPal fees. But
possibly once we get further into our years and things change, we might be able to waive that. But once again, being a small operating little business that just barely makes expenses a year, every little bit counts. And one thing I want to clarify for everybody is this top part where it says Colorado Kayak Bassmasters, that's our club. The nation part down here, that has to do with BASS. So anybody in the nation, the United States, that wants to fish a BASS sanctioned tournament, you have to be a member of the nation. So in other words, once you join the nation, you can fish with us at CKB. You can go fish the opens for the Bassmaster Opens or the EQ qualifiers. You can fish state team stuff out of the boats. You can fish. So that is a requirement. So that fee, we have no control over that fee. That is just part of being part of BASS. And part of being with BASS is that shield that you see right there. That kind of gives us certain rights and bragging rights that, hey, anybody who joins the member, you have rights to that shield. You can print it. You can put it on a hat. You can use it as you want. And so Bass is its own entity, and there's certain requirements that they require every collect dues from, and the nation is one of them.
Yep. So you have to buy both. You have to buy the club membership and the nation. And the only time you wouldn't have to, and this is where it gets confusing, so I hesitate to bring it up, but for like the Nebraska guys that come fish with us, they've
Correct.
probably paid their $30 to the Nebraska club. So they only have to do this.
Right.
But if you only have to buy this once through one club. So if you live in Colorado and you don't fish any boat tournaments, you have to do both. But some guys have paid their nation dues through their boat club, but you have to pay someone your nation dues to be able to do tournaments. So 99% of people, you got to do both of these to join the club. Then fill out the waiver, yada, yada, yada. This is an optional survey. Do it or don't. Yeah, but that's it. But
let me ask you this, Matt: is there a link to this website on the Tourney X sign up page? So, because there's been situations where people go to Tourney X, they're like, "Oh, CKB's holding a tournament. I'm going and signing up," and they sign up on Tourney X, and they're not even a member of the club yet. And then they're like, "Oh, I didn't know. I want my money back." And now we got to lose $5 to give you your money back. So once again, and once again, not to put more work on you, if we could add a link to this club, this website, and then also there should be a space where we can add the 2026 rules to our Tourney X.
The rules are on there. The rules are on Tourney X. Okay. But yeah, I will add this website there for sure.
So please remember, folks, if you're new, become a member of BASS and pay your dues through the club and all that stuff before you go to Tourney X and sign up for an event.
Yep, exactly. And Chen brings up a segue here, but yes, he's right. Regardless of experience or gear, come fish with us or CKFC. You're going to have a blast. You're going to end up doing both clubs because you're going to want more than 5 or 6 tournaments a year. But you don't need live scope to win. You don't need to be, and that's why I said this is a segue. And I haven't even talked to Chen about this, but I believe our next episode is going to be high tech versus low tech. Is kayak angling getting out of control with the tech? And we're going to talk about the advantages and pros of high tech and low tech. And I wanted to have Chen on as team high tech. And that's not a dig at all. Everybody, a lot of people are high tech, but I think Chen's got a really good handle on the higher end electronics and all that stuff, motors. I think he's a good one to talk about that. I know you are too, Straws, but you're a co-host, so we got to have a guest on. So I'm thinking Chen for team high tech and Arledge for team low tech, because Arledge is one of those guys that doesn't have a motor, doesn't have live scope. So yeah,
hardly ever uses his graph. Arledge hardly ever uses the graph. It's not his style, right? I don't think. Not saying he can't go out deep and use that, but I'm just yeah.
So that's next episode, 2 weeks from now. High tech versus low tech. Chen and Arledge, free your schedules. I'm hoping to have you guys on as the guests. All
yes,
the above, big fella.
Yeah, yes to both, Eric.
All of the above, big fella. Yep. Oh, see, Leslie's ahead of me. All of the above. That's right.
Eric, go to bed. He's now getting yelled at.
Yeah, I told you we're splitting that team up. So if somebody needs a partner,
yeah, but either one of them would be a great partner for almost anybody.
Yes, they would be. Yeah, for sure. Oh, and I should have mentioned that with the team series. If you don't have a partner and you want to do the team series, let me know. And I'll sort of gather a list of names of people who are looking for partners and start putting people together. I won't put them together, but I'll let you guys know, hey, this guy, like I know Brian White's looking for a partner. Mark Lehman is looking for a partner. So yeah, if you don't have a partner, but you want to do the team series, let me know or comment on the post about the team series and just say, hey, anybody need a partner? I'm free, but yeah, it's good.
Or on the show, throw it up there. I need a partner. Maybe somebody will see it and they'll reach out to you.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Eric does what he wants.
We know
until he gets home.
Yeah.
Until he gets home.
He talks a big game. And I have a feeling Leslie just has a look.
Of tournament things, do we need to recap a friendly event that we had?
We did. Where were you?
What? Oh, you already did that? You already did the predictions and all that stuff?
Oh, we didn't do the predictions, but we did sort of talked around how if it was a tournament, which it wasn't. If it was a tournament.
Yeah, it wasn't a tournament. It was a friendly gathering.
It was a friendly gathering that I took second place in, that Chen won. But what were did we have predictions for that one?
We sure did. They're right here, bud.
What do we got then? What were the predictions?
So, predictions. Matt was 37 inches.
What?
That's what it says. I wrote them down. 37 for Matt, 34 for Jimmy Straws, and I said 44.
30. Wait, for what? For a 5-fish limit? We were saying 30.
What you said, bud?
That doesn't sound right.
I'm pretty sure.
What were we making predictions on?
I don't think it's like the 28th of February thing that we did last night. I still haven't found that, by the way. But
what was that prediction? It was predictions of something. I can't remember what that was.
It was something.
It was for the dirt.
It was not. We would have predicted somebody getting a limit. Winter Derby predictions.
I mean, they're backwards. Matt had 37, Jim had 34, and I said 44. But Ken ended up with 75, like crazy on the highest.
Yes, Eric, we are talking about the Chenvitational, but
that's a good name for it too, by the way.
Those predictions feel like something else, though.
They seem very light. I'm not. I didn't think we would have that either.
I don't know what they would have been.
It was something else. It was something else. I can't remember what it was. Well, okay, while we're all thinking of that, does that then bring up a question? Here we go. Drum roll, please.
Bring it on. Let's go.
Does 2026, is there room for 2026 to have a CKB fantasy fishing?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
When we get like in Chatfield, we're going to have 40 guys. Maybe Friday night, we all put our picks in and say, hey, what's your fantasy? And you can pick yourself. You don't have to not pick yourself. Maybe we could do a little fantasy fishing for our season this year and maybe throw a couple lures or a bag of hooks or something together for the guy. I don't know.
Lovall or somebody's going to take that idea and just take off sprinting with it.
I swore
maybe like a Mark Lyman, somebody that's like super into sports.
I swore I'd never do fantasy sports, but I would probably have to do that if we did it.
Oh, MLS, I think has it, doesn't it?
We don't want to cause nobody to have any gambling issues or anything. So if that's going to be the case, we don't want to start anything or send somebody down.
I disagree. Let's throw some water on these gremlins. I'm not scared of it. Like,
I know, Eric.
If you don't know that movie, get your life together.
Eric's always talking about what Trev here says here, parlays. I know Eric's a big online, I'm guessing football or basketball better. Probably basketball. I know he's a big basketball guy, but we could be.
Yeah, we could throw like $5. We could throw a $5 thing in there, $5, and pick your fantasy, and whoever's guys come in top at the closest to the top wins that pot. I don't know.
I don't even know what a parlay is, so
I don't either.
I'm just going to waste my money and do it. Whatever it is, I'll do it.
I don't know what a parlay is either. I have no idea.
Yeah, so if Lovall or somebody's going to knock that out, do it.
Oh, geez. Yeah, I'm not doing the paperwork for that one. So if somebody wants to set up fantasy, I'll participate, but I'm not tracking that one.
I'll put my $5 in it.
Yeah,
I'm down.
That'd be hilarious.
Absolutely. Well, boys, anything else before we wrap it up? We're getting up to 2 hours here. Our longest episode yet. 2 episods in.
Wow.
That's all right, though. We talked a lot of good stuff. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We talked a lot of good stuff, though. There's some good information in there, I think. So, I knew it was going to be a long one because I knew there was a lot to talk about as far as doing tournaments. So that's all right. If people dropped off, they can finish it tomorrow.
My only thing is if somebody does want we're going to have to do an on the water etiquette episode that comes up every episode.
Yeah, we will.
But like, what do you guys want to see? Throw it in the comments, put it in the Facebook post, DM. I'm sure any one of us would be fine with that. But the top two are the ones to really probably DM on that. I'm just a guest. But what do you guys want to hear? Like, just throw them in there, and we'll do an episode on it.
Yep, for sure. Oh, geez.
Ooh, alibi. Right. Sorry. Here, Eric's gold. I'll read. Good show. Pissed my wife off. Mission accomplished. Time to dodge some blades.
Well, Latinos will cut you. They'll cut you.
But also, you might get empanadas. You never know, man. It's a slippery slope over there. Like, brother, like
she can grab that shoe and she can fly that shoe across the room like no tomorrow.
I think it's chocolate. I think is what they say. Throw that chocolate at them. I probably said that wrong because I'm
I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did.
Oh, and now I forgot my thought. So that's perfect.
Yeah, perfect. We'll wrap it up then. Yeah. But yeah, like Nick said, doesn't have to be live. This is going to be up tomorrow. Leave comments. What do you want to see? Future episodes. But yeah, I think we got the next couple planned out. High tech versus low tech. Nick and Leslie going to the championship. We'll have the big fella on, talk Eagle Claw. Then we're getting close to season time where we'll be starting to preview and recap tournaments. So, but yeah, let us know.
When's our next episode? Next episode is going to air February 4th. Is that what I'm seeing on my calendar over there?
Is that 2 weeks from now?
It is.
I think so.
Yeah, it is. So we're going every other week right now. And then once the season starts, we'll probably go every week. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see. Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, we'll probably run out of stuff to talk about soon. But honestly, last Wednesday, I was like, man, I kind of want to go live tonight. Like, I want to talk fishing. It's wintertime. I want to talk fishing, man. But,
and once the season picks up, we'll have winners to bring on, and we'll have club news and tournaments coming up and all that. So all that time will get filled up quick.
Yeah. Yeah. Steve said he emailed me. He probably cleaned up your pick. So Steve, I might have to send you a couple others because that's not the best one anyway, because he's got his hat on and sunglasses. But yeah, I know Steve does computer stuff, so he cleaned it up for me. So appreciate it. We'll have a new weatherman intro next week.
Oh, good Lord.
All right, let's wrap it up, boys. Any last thoughts?
Have a great week.
No.
Yeah. Have a great week.
That's about it. Other than, all you new club members, go see Eric and Matt down at Eagle Claw. Take advantage of that before the season starts. Get your hooks, get your rods, get your gear, get everything you need. Pick up some swag. Go see the boys at Eagle Claw and Trocar. Once you get those hooks in your hand, no pun intended, right? There's no going back. They're yours for life. You stick them and you got those fish. So Trev, thank you for tuning in. I hope work is tuning down for you. Thank you everybody who tuned in and stuck with us. Eric, Leslie, Jim Ford, Trev, Chen. I mean, the list goes on and on. Thank you for your support. I hope you're enjoying the podcast and what we got going so far. And I'm excited for this year. So I'm looking forward to what we got going.
Heck yeah, man. It's good stuff. I'm having a blast. So like I said, next week I'm going to be ready to go. I'm going to have to wait another week, but that's all right. Well, let's pace ourselves, get our feet under us first. And then we'll get going.
Also, Leslie, that's our fault. Don't blame Eric. We did that to him. It's our fault. It was Flanagan's fault. It's Flanagan's fault.
Shit. You're the one that's going to have to see her in Nashville or Knoxville. Right.
Yeah. Hopefully you don't sink my boat or anything crazy.
Yeah, right. Leslie's a peach, everybody. We're joking. She's not really as mean as we're making her out to be. She's the best. All right.
But don't fish by her. She will throw stuff at you.
She will not. Will you stop it?
Probably going to be knives or hatchets.
She'll throw a Ned rig at
catch a fish right in your face.
Yeah, exactly. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Later, y'all.
Later.
See you guys.